Okay, so I'm gonna be doing another one of these commentaries because I really like the way they turn out. I'm able to get my point across quite quickly, without any interruptions, and also I've been seeing other speedrunners do them, so I might as well continue on doing what I started doing. Um, but this video is gonna be a continuation of my last video about going back to school and how that's been doing. And this video is gonna be about the phone ban specifically, because it's a huge thing that's been going on not only in schools but like for me and my life, and I'm sure like a lot of other people, um not only in schools, are getting affected by it, like parents and stuff like that. But for those who didn't watch my last commentary, the context is the governor of New York, which is where I live, um decided to pass a law about banning like all devices that can access the internet, which is pretty much like every device that we use today, um, like at schools, and that's for like the entire school day. So even like during lunch and even like in the hallway, if a teacher sees you with a phone or like with any of it, they're mandated to take it, which is just crazy. And obviously this law has caused a lot of controversy. Everyone has like their own opinions about it, but I'm really talking about my opinions about it just because it's been 3 weeks for me, and I think I can give my fair share about what's been happening, how like how people are coping with it, and how I've been coping with it, and what like some common reactions have been. So, I will say I'm surprised like the law has lasted this long. I told Isis about it when we met up, and he pretty much said like, "Oh, it's not gonna last very long because where he lives, it didn't last very long." So I'm surprised that it has lasted this long. Obviously, it's only my third week of school, so I should probably be a bit more patient about it. But um, it's chill. Like, it hasn't like affected me like very hugely, which I'm actually quite surprised about. I thought like this would be like a very big change. Like, oh, I'm gonna go insane, or like there's gonna be a lot like happening that's gonna be very different. But honestly, like it hasn't been very different. There's been like a lot of inconvenience, which I will get into later in this video. But overall, like I think I've been handling quite well. Probably because like I just don't have a addiction, or like I don't have a very strong one anyway. I will say that I definitely rely on my phone a lot. Um, like I would definitely go crazy if I didn't have my phone, or if like my phone broke, or like if I lost my phone. That would definitely be like I would go crazy about it. But in terms of like not using it for a period of time, I think I'm quite okay with that. Um, Obviously 6 hours without your phone is quite a long time. Um, you know, a lot can happen in 6 hours, especially online. Um, like the people you connect with, whatever. But I think I've been doing quite well with the whole like, oh, um, like I'm not allowed to use my phone thing. But uh there's been like a lot of inconveniences. Like I'm definitely a lot less productive, which is like the most common uh it's the most common like complaint by every student who is facing this law right now. Like all of our assignments are posted online on Google Classroom, and like how the hell do you expect me to manage everything without being able to open it during class? Um it's just not right. Like I also just have a lot of business, outside of school that like requires my phone, Like I'm not only just a student, right? Like people need to understand that like especially us like teenagers, we have a lot going on, and I think like that's where like a lot of people fail to understand. Like we have stuff going on. And we're not only like our job isn't like only to learn. Other people have other jobs. Other people, um, you know, do other things outside of school. Um, especially in my school where like everyone is a nerd and they're trying to like lock in and do like as much bullshit as possible. Um, like we need our phones for a lot of things, so it's just been a huge inconvenience for everyone. Now, in terms of response, I feel like not much has been happening. I remember in the beginning of the year, um, there was a petition that like students could sign that would be sent to mayor, well, not the mayor, the governor. But like, I don't know what's happening to that. I don't even know if like the guy who runs it like remembers about it. I'm sure he does, but like, I don't even know if like there's been any progress or like if there's anything like being done past that. Just because like that's like the only thing that's been like kind of big. There has been a lot of like social media stuff, like the school like media team or like the school like newspaper or like you know what I mean, like the school like the school's like student broadcasting service thing talking about their experience, and they pretty much had the same points as me with the like not being able to be super productive school year or like in the school day. um but like it's the law, so every teacher is like expected to follow it. And I think like in my school anyway, they've been quite chill with it, and I'm very happy that like my teachers are very chill about it because um I have heard from other like students from different schools about how like other schools have been managing it, and I think like from what I've seen, my school has been doing quite well. It's definitely not the best because like um some schools just have already started ignoring that rule, and ours is still like enforcing it. But you know, the ones that are like not following it aren't like going all out not following it. Like they're still like forced to like put their phone away and stuff like that. Um, also, one thing that I really hate not being able to use my laptop, like the school computers are shit, and like people need to understand, like they need to understand that like the convenience of having your own laptop in school is so like it's so good, right? Especially for like lecture-based schools. Now, I don't go to a lecture-based school, so like maybe I might be wrong, but from what I know about lecture-based schools, everyone has their freaking laptops or like their devices to take notes. It's just like you know, it's very common for like people to use laptops and the internet for research, for anything that's like school related, really. And like the governor thinking that like they're all distractions and there's nothing school related about it is quite annoying. Welcome to the current century. We kind of need we kind of need the internet to get things done. Uh, but from like in terms of response, not a lot has been happening. There are a lot of people who really like it. I have seen on social media like a lot of parents, some parents like it. I think some teachers like it. I could tell from my teachers they don't like it. They're also scared of like losing their job, so they are enforcing it just because apparently there are actually people checking to see if we we are following it. But I could tell the teachers don't like it. Um, but in terms of students, I have seen a lot of Apple Watches, which is technically not allowed. I don't know if it's because the teachers don't notice or if it's because the teachers just don't care. But I'm definitely scared to bring mine just because I don't want to get in trouble or anything like that. If I seem enough, then I probably will start bringing mine again, just because like I have this really big watch tan on my wrist and it's actually super ugly and I need my watch. Ciao. There has been a lot of people like on their phones, even like with the phone ban. I think like that's just like you're not gonna avoid that. I don't think. Always gonna be someone. Actually, one of my friends, right? They actually still use their phone every period. They hide it like the most stupidest ways, and I think it's super funny. That like him doing that actually like makes my day. Like it makes me really happy that like there are people rebelling. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it about the phone ban. I don't know if you could tell, but like I'm a bit ill, so maybe that's why it sound a bit different or a bit more quiet or whatever. But I kind of have to get this video out, so it's gonna be about it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed this sub 12. This was quite a nice run. Um, but yeah, see ya.